So congratulations. Just a few months ago, you and Rachel tied the knot.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I guess my first question is, who's the best shooter in the household?
I'm catching up to her right now. It definitely was her to begin with, but working on it a lot.
Good answer. That's a good answer. So you're the third player ever in Big East history to be named the Defensive Player of the Year. The other two were okay. Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning. You know, I guess, and they've probably gotten this question too in years past. What goes into being obviously a great defender, but shot blocker? Is it the idea that you're trying to block everything? Because I played with guys like that. They want to block everything. Or does it just say whatever comes to me, how it feels, I change it? What goes into your mind when you process trying to be a great defensive player?
I think for me, it's the opposite of trying to block everything. I got the mindset of just make it as tough a shot as possible. Because, you know, you play against really good players. You're not going to block every shot, but what you can do is make the shot harder for them. And then, you know, with the 7'4" wingspan, you're going to get a few if you try to make it a tough shot. So, yeah, I think that's just my mindset when it comes to blocking shots. Just make it hard and get the rebound or block the shot.
I know you're just bragging, 7'4" wingspan. So Coach McDermott, you know, he said that the team asks a lot of you at both ends of the floor. You always play hard. You deliver every time. Where does that drive come from, I guess?
I mean, I just want to be a really good player, as best player as I can. And if Mack asks me to do something, he asks me that because he thinks I can do it. So he asked me to play 38 minutes and also be the anchor of our defense and run up and down, setting ball screens and sealing. He thinks I can do it. So I just go out there and try my best. And then, you know, whatever happens, happens. And, you know, I trust myself to be a really good player. So I think it's going to turn out pretty good every time.
So 5th year, I know there are a lot of coaches who have already talked about, you know, Alex Caravan coming back, Ryan Kalkbrenner coming back. They want you gone. They want you out of here, and I understand why. But when you come back to Creighton and you have new guys, do you feel like you're almost an extension of Coach Mack in terms of teaching the new guys what your culture is and kind of the landscape, or the lay of the land, if you will?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you've been in the program 5 years, you know the offense, defense, the culture, all that. So when new guys come in, you try to set the tone with culture, try to show them how we do things, how we go about things. But even also just like on the court, trying to teach offense and defense. I mean, like sometimes a player's voice sounds a lot different than a coach's voice. So it's always important for a team to have players that can coach and coaches that can coach.
What is so appealing to you and then other players, Steven, you know, guys who have come through that program? What's so appealing about Creighton and Omaha, the city itself?
It's just, I think, for our program specifically, like the family aspect of it, like Mack genuinely cares for you as a person, and he's genuinely helped me a lot in my life, just growing as a person. So it's just that he understands he's coaching a person and not necessarily just a player, and I think that goes a long, long way, not just on basketball, but just in life in general.
You guys are always at the top of the rankings each year, whether it's in the league or in the country. What do you think you guys need to do to win your first Big East title this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. If I knew that, we'd already have won one. But
is there something you can pull from years past where you think, hey, a ball bounced the wrong way, or we should have run this play, or maybe I went to block a shot and I fouled someone? Like, what are the things you guys talk about, I guess, as teammates to be able to be taking that trophy home to Omaha?
Yeah, I mean, we've been really, really close, so I don't think it's anything like groundbreaking or anything we got to change, but like anything we got to change significantly. But I think just being focused for every single possession. I mean, you know how a lot of games come down to 2, 3, 4 points. That's 1 or 2 possessions. So especially how fast we play, we get 75, 80 possessions in a game, and we got to be locked in for every single one because you don't know which one's going to be the one that makes the change in the game. I mean, obviously, a few years ago, we had that Elite Eight game, and everyone likes to look at that one play at the end of the game, but there were 70 possessions before that. If I was a little more locked in for even one of those possessions, we win the game instead of lose it. So just having that mentality, and that even extends to practice. Like, let's not get through practice. Let's get better in this practice, even though it's our fourth in a row, and we're going to condition at the end. Let's be locked in.
Well, you brought in a couple players to help you because you lose some studs, and we know that happens every year. You bring in some transfers. What have you seen in the new guys, or which guy has stood out to you in terms of grasping the way that Coach Mack wants to play?
Yeah, both Pop and Jemiah have been really, really amazing. Like, just their attitude coming in, just knowing that they were coming into a different system and they were going to have to learn a lot. They had a great attitude, just being willing to listen, being willing to change the way they play in terms of within an offense. And they picked it up really fast. I've been really, really happy with the way they've picked it up. And it's going to be awesome playing with those guys because they're super talented.
Well, because I'm a veteran and I've been there and I've done that, 2 words you just have to always remember, okay? And just when you go home, yes, honey. So you got to remember.
I got you. You're not the first one who's told me that.